Hey everyone, so today we're going to be playing some Sim, some of the OPTCG Sim, going to be playing some Zoro. I wanted to kind of get into these OP2 gameplays because I'm going to be participating in the online regionals coming up. So, okay, so this is a pretty good hand. We're starting off with Nami. But yeah, I just wanted to get as much practice as possible, and you guys are just kind of like on the ride for these games that I've been playing. And maybe you guys could learn something too, and we could kind of learn together, right? That's what this channel is all about, is like educating. So I'm gonna play the Nami here. I can't grab anything else but the Sunny-kun, but honestly, Sunny-kun's a great choice to pick up, right? So then I'm just like looking about how to order this. I don't think it like super matters. You don't really search enough for this to matter. It could come up, you know, like with Curly Dadan. Searching your cards too, so honestly I should be more on top of it, but I'm just lazy on the sim, to be honest. And then he's just gonna play the Garp, and this, now I'm kind of thinking like, you know, he really wants to pop my Nami next turn, right? So I should probably swing with it just to get the value off. So I'm kind of like weighing out my options, like what are my other plays, but like, because I can play the Nami and just go wide, but I don't think that's the best play, because, you know, he's going to pop something with Garp. I'm not going to get the value off of those two things, where if I just swing with the Nami here, he's probably going to swing both at my face, like, because that Garp needs 2 Dawn under him. It's going to pretty much take his entire turn since it's a 3 Dawn play. And then what ends up happening is that I could just swing into the Garp on my crackback with 5k and then develop my board fully, right? But at least I got the swings off, so that's kind of why I go for this play. I'm going to swing at him 6k, he's going to take, and then I'm going to swing 5k with a Nami just to get that attack value, like what we were talking about. And then now he's forced to like either take or, you know, grab a card out of his hand, and that's a pretty good card, right? Like a blocker is going to be super annoying in the late game, so... And then, like we said, he's just going to go for the play where he just pops my Nami. It's just the most Dawn-efficient play. To be honest, I think if he had something in hand to play, I don't know like what cards Black has, but I think they have 4-drops. Like, I feel like playing, like, if he has like a Kuzan or a Borsalino here is actually like the better play to do, because then he would swing 5k into my he would swing 5k into Nami, which I'm obviously not gonna block, and then now he has Garp threatening whatever 1 cost I play right after, and he has like some 4 costs on the board. So like I feel like this play, even though it was like the most efficient, probably not the best play available to him if he has like a 4 cost in hand, which is pretty likely considering that Black has like Borsalino and Kuzan and everything, you know. But he's just gonna go for the efficient play. And then here I'm just thinking about like whether I should trigger Jet Pistol for the Garp. It doesn't feel right because, you know, it's only a 3k, but Jet Pistol is so efficient here, like playing it for free. And I decide to do it because like I don't really have anything else to Jet Pistol, since you know, he has cards like Borsalino, like 5-cost Smoker that don't really get affected by card effects, or KO'd by card effects, so it really sucks for me to keep this Jet Pistol in my hand, because like I have less targets. It has to be like specifically like Kuzan, I think, or like a blocker, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it because it's efficient. I can put more pressure on I could put more pressure on him, right, by swinging 5k at his life instead of 5k at Garp. So this turn is looking to be really good too for me, because I could swing 5k into him now, pressure his life again, or pressure his hand again, because I drew that Jet Pistol. And then I also have like the chumpy cards, like I have the Nami, I have the Sunny-kun, and then I could just round out with a Robin for 5 Dawn. I go like super wide. I could potentially KO something up to like 6k if I want to commit like if I want to commit 2 Dawn for it, or 3 Dawn actually, because I have to have 1 under Robin. I could knock out something that's like, what, like 8k. So it's pretty good. Maybe like a Sakazuki or something. But yeah, I'm just gonna go for the Nami play, grab the Zoro, of course, play the Sunny-kun, and then again round out the turn with a Robin. I think that's the most efficient way to use the Dawn, just because, like, you know, going super wide puts a lot of pressure on the opponent, right? But unfortunately he has the Kobe, so he's just gonna knock out my Robin, discard his 5-cost Smoker, which I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like 5-cost Smoker is like really good in this matchup, because then I can't Jet Pistol it, I have to attack into it, and it's at 7k, which is awful for me, and it has double attack. And it's always gonna have double attack because I'm always gonna have like a 1-cost on board. So I don't know if I agree with him throwing away the Smoker like that, because that would just be so hard for me to deal with in this game, right? Because then double attack means that I have to block it or counter it, and I'm not running blockers in this and I don't have my counter events, so it would rip a ton of cards out of my hand, if not just kill me, right, to double attack. But yeah, I think here I'm just thinking about how to allocate my Dawn and swing the most efficiently, and I decide that I'm just gonna go full wide. You know, 3 attacks or 4 attacks coming to you in a turn is crazy, right? Like that's like 1 or 2 cards out of your hand, a blocker, and then you have to deal with like 3 cards on the board afterwards. So could potentially be very difficult to deal with, which is why I swing, because it's just so annoying to have to like get rid of like 1Ks and 2Ks for these like chump swings. And then he's gonna get rid of a blocker there, the Rosinante, again. So I'm gonna swing at him 6k, gets rid of a Tashigi. Like, look how many cards I took out of his hand. Like, I took like 2 cards out of his hand, a blocker, just for these 1-cost cards that I played last turn. And like, it's so messed up because Nami like pays for herself, right? Because she draws you a card, and then you just get to attack with her. But this is where things get dicey. He has the Borsalino, which is like, it sucks, right? Because the Borsalino can't be KO'd by Jet Pistol. It's also at 6k on my turn, so it could potentially just be really bad. And yeah, he's just gonna swing. He needs board control here. I think he swings Kobe into Sunny-kun. Yep. And I'm gonna just let him take that board control, right? Because for me, I just have to deal with like this Kobe if I want to. But then he left the Nami up if I want to swing with it again. And those swings already got cards out of his hand. So I'm not even mad that they're gone, right? It's not like they have value after they're played. Like Sunny-kun's literally just a vanilla. Zoro just has rush. That's what makes red just super crazy. And then of course I'm just gonna go for the Whitebeard play here, and I'm just considering like, do I fight for board or do I play the Whitebeard? But I like to play the Whitebeard here because it gives me an insane amount of board control, and then also on top of that, when he plays, he's at 8 Dawn, and you kind of have to treat like 8 Dawn for black, like 8 Dawn for like purple, like with Kaido, right? Because then once they play the Kuzan, the game gets infinitely harder, right? So then I'm just gonna swing at his face here because I don't really care about the Kobe this turn. Since I'm at 7k, he's gonna have to allocate Dawn to swing with the Kobe at me if he wants to, which means that he's not playing Kuzan, which is amazing for me, right? Because then that means I get 2 swings off Whitebeard. But again, like I was saying, like once the Kuzan's played, black just gets to have a field day with your board, and you can't really stick anything. So I want to play the Whitebeard, because if I wait to play the Whitebeard till after he plays Kuzan, he's just gonna pop it with like a Sakazuki or, you know, something else. So I just want to play the Whitebeard right away, and it's a pretty safe play for me too, because he has to allocate a hefty amount of Dawn to swing at my face since it's 7k. But he's just gonna elect to play another Borsalino, which gets really annoying for me because I'm on pretty much I'm on a clock, right? Like he's just gonna build a board. He's just gonna build a board and then swing into me, like, and I don't have a lot of counters in hand. Especially since he's at 10 Dawn, he could just like allocate like a ton of Dawn to his things and swing. But he's just going to swing with his Garp, and of course I'm not going to counter it. He doesn't have enough. He's going to swing 7k into my face. And I'm just thinking, you know, what do I even counter out with? Like, I don't really need the Vista anymore, right? Because the Vista could KO, like anything the Vista could KO, I could just KO with the 9-drop Whitebeard by attaching 2 Dawn, so I elect against it. I think this is where I actually make a pretty big misplay. What I should do here is just immediately swing 5k into the Garp, just to get it off the board. Since it's at 3k, you know, he could attach to swing at me, and that's threatening. But I think in my head I was like, okay, I'm going to swing at him and then remove the Garp. But that's actually the wrong play because I have Otama in hand. So I realized this a little bit late, but with Otama in hand, I could just play Otama onto the Kobe and then remove the Garp and the Newgate. So I mean, remove the Garp and the Kobe with Whitebeard. So I played Curly there just to see if I could grab like another Otama, like another 2k counter to survive next turn, because I don't see the Otama play here. And I think this is mainly because I'm like not a red player. I don't have the cards to play red in OP1, so like this is kind of my only experience playing red. And I swing, I'm like, I swing 7k and then I see it. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, oh wait, no, I don't see it here. I'm gonna swing 8k at him because like, I'm like, okay, well, if he blocks, then I don't want him to, I don't want him to save the Borsalino, right? So I'm gonna swing at him 8k. Like, I'm just like super considering it because I could die next turn, right? Like, he could just full swing into me if I don't remove stuff on his board. So I'm just like considering. Honestly, swinging face isn't too bad of an option either, but I think the best thing really is to just take the board because I have this like huge 10k right now. That's always going to be threatening his life, so he needs to play blockers to deal with it, right? And high cost blockers too, because then I could always just KO them. But yeah, I'm like super thinking about it, and then I swing. I end up swinging 8k into this Garp just in case he blocks with Borsalino, and then I realize that that's probably not gonna happen. Like, he's probably not gonna block with Borsalino. But there was a possibility actually, because then if I swing 5k, he probably could block with 6k Borsalino. So maybe it was worth it to apply the Dawn. And then I'm just gonna swing 13,000 here. Even if he has counter events, like, you know, it's probably not worth it. It's probably worth it to just go for the Borsalino. Honestly, I feel like he could have. There was also a play that he had where like he could just take and then full swing at me next turn, but he's probably very scared. And then I'm just gonna play the Gordon here. I don't want to play the Sunny-kun because I want the 1k in my hand, just in case he swings at me like wildly, right? Because then I know he has a 7k swing efficient. He has like a really efficient 7k swing. So I don't necessarily know what he's gonna play. So I might have to like try to live another turn, you know? So I end up not playing the Sunny because it doesn't matter. The Sunny doesn't matter too much, right? Like, I need pretty much one attack to stick because of the Whitebeard. Like, the Whitebeard attack is probably always going to stick, or grab a blocker, so I don't really need a lot. And yeah, this is a tough situation he's in right now, but he's just gonna play the Kuzan here, and this is what I was talking about, like, the turn at, like, this Kuzan's coming in pretty late, and I swung at his face the turn I played Whitebeard so that when Kuzan came down, like, he would only be at like 1 or 2 life, or he would only be at 1 life, because then this is a really uncomfortable Kuzan play for him because he doesn't have like counter events, he can't play any blockers, like he just kind of has to hope that I misplay, and then of course I'm just gonna counter out with the Sunny-kun at 1k. And then there is like, I'm like thinking about the math here. You know, like there is probably a correct amount of math, and then I decide, you know, if he didn't use two 2Ks right here, he probably doesn't have two 2Ks in hand to block an 8K attack, right? So I'm gonna swing into him because he's gonna want to save the Borsalino blocker for the Whitebeard, right? So I'm just gonna swing 8K into his face because he didn't block the first 8K, so it makes me think, oh, I don't think he has two 2Ks in hand. So he's gonna block with the Borsalino, which again probably means that he doesn't have two 2Ks, in my opinion. I don't think you, I mean, do you block there ever? Does it really matter? I don't really know if the math checks out. Maybe the math works out so that like if I swing him here and then I full attach like onto Gordon, like, because he doesn't know I have Zoro in my hand, right? Because if I full attach to Gordon, that's what, 3K, and then yeah, it's like plus a lot. So I don't think the math ever works out for him here. I think he just dies, because then I'm gonna swing 8K at him again, because of course he didn't block the first 8K, he didn't block the second 8K. I'm like, he's probably not gonna block the third, and then I just attach 2 here and swing at him for 13K. And he probably doesn't have enough counters for this, right? And he goes up to 10K, and that's it. He probably had like 2 counter events, maybe. Just guessing off of like the 3 Dawn he left open, but because he played the 10 cost Kuzan, he couldn't counter out of it, right? And of course, as always, guys, thank you for watching this video. I know it was a quick match, but again, I'm just like so swamped with school, so the sim gameplay is where it's going to be at for a little bit. I'm planning on making more guide videos, especially since OP2 is coming out very soon. I want to do like an overall meta review, kind of what are the best decks. Not really a beat the meta video like I've been doing, but kind of like play the meta, I guess. But go ahead and look out for those. And as always, good luck on, you know, your school, your work, whatever you're doing, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. See you guys on the next one.